She was one of the world's highest paid models, draped in Dior, Dolce & Gabbana, Cartier. Then she tried to conquer Hollywood. Their answer, no. Too sensual, too foreign, too European. Pierce Brosnan tested with her for Bond and begged the studio to cast her. They ignored him and chose an American instead. The Matrix gave her 5 fleeting minutes. Scripts kept offering her the same roles. The exotic woman who seduces, suffers, or simply decorates the screen. Yet this was a woman who spoke 5 languages, built a fortune on the runway, and carried French honors while the Vatican condemned her bold defiance. Hollywood saw only a silhouette. But here's the twist. Monica Bellucci became the star who never needed Hollywood. At 60, she is walking red carpets with Tim Burton, while actresses half her age still line up for auditions. How did rejection transform into legend? Castello, Italy, 1964. A small Umbrian town where dreams rarely escape. Her father, Pasquale, drove trucks. Her mother, Brunella, painted. And their only daughter, Monica, was expected to follow a safe, respectable path. In the early 1980s, at the University of Perugia, Monica studied law with discipline and brilliance. She was sharp, excelling in lectures, preparing for a solid career. But tuition was costly. To cover expenses, she modeled part-time, just a side job, or so she thought. One photograph changed everything. Elite model management spotted her face, and suddenly, the law books gathered dust. Milan called. The classroom gave way to catwalks. By 25, Monica was not just another pretty face, she was the face. Dolce & Gabbana crowned her their muse. French Elle featured her on its covers. Unlike many models chasing glamour, Monica invested wisely, studied languages, French, English, later Spanish and Portuguese, building tools for a future she hadn't even imagined. Modeling was never the dream, she later confessed, but when the camera turned toward acting, she was ready. The leap came almost by accident. Roman Coppola flipped through an Italian magazine, stopped at Monica's photo, and told his father, Francis Ford Coppola, "This is her." No audition, no screen test, just an image that radiated presence. In 1992, Monica appeared in Bram Stoker's Dracula as one of the vampire brides. A tiny role, barely a few minutes on screen, but enough to reveal a magnetic power the fashion lens could never fully capture. She sensed bigger opportunities and moved to France, immersing herself in cinema. Then came 1996's L'Appartement, opposite Vincent Cassel. Their chemistry was electric, her performance layered, and the French film world responded with a César nomination. Suddenly, she was not just a model turned actress, she was an actress in her own right. By the late 1990s, Hollywood noticed again. In 1997, Monica tested with Pierce Brosnan for Tomorrow Never Dies. The chemistry was undeniable. Brosnan wanted her as Bond's lover, but the studio rejected her for being too European. The role went to an American actress, setting a pattern. Hollywood admired her beauty, but refused to let her break out of the box. Back in Europe, Monica chose substance over stereotype. She carved out a space where directors wrote roles with depth, trusting her talent as much as her beauty. Step by step, she was building a career that Hollywood could not imagine, but Europe embraced. Hollywood kept knocking, but always with the same offers. The mysterious seductress, the exotic beauty, the woman who existed only to be desired. In The Matrix Reloaded, 2003, she played Persephone, devastatingly beautiful, sharing one of cinema's most famous kisses, yet reduced to minutes of dialogue. In Tears of the Sun, She was cast as a doctor, but even there, her character's purpose quickly narrowed into a damsel for Bruce Willis to rescue. Her accent, sharp mind, and multilingual skill, qualities that could carry a courtroom drama, were flattened into whispers. Hollywood wanted Monica in a glass box, decorative and silent. Even after her breakout with Coppola, she was offered only roles that echoed Dracula's bride: beautiful, enigmatic, voiceless. Frustrated, Monica began to decline most offers. She returned to Europe, where directors gave her characters with agency, dialogue, and interior lives. It was a choice many feared would end her career. Instead, it gave her freedom. She would no longer accept being cast as a photograph come to life. Monica turned rejection into defiance. In 2004, 7 months pregnant, she posed nude for Vanity Fair Italia to protest new fertility laws that excluded single women and same-sex couples. The Vatican erupted with outrage, but Monica stood firm. Her body became her manifesto, her pregnancy a political statement. On screen, she made daring choices to escape the cage of beauty. In Gaspar Noé's Irreversible, she portrayed raw horror in one of cinema's most harrowing scenes. Later, in Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ, she stripped away glamour entirely to play Mary Magdalene. Dust, grief, and faith replacing red carpets and silk gowns. Even Hollywood's grudging calls became moments of transformation. When Sam Mendes cast her in Spectre 2015, she refused the title Bond Girl. At 50, she insisted Bond Woman. Her presence opposite Daniel Craig challenged the industry's obsession with youth, proving desire and depth have no expiration date. That same year, she faced her greatest fear: live theater. Alone on stage as opera diva Maria Callas in a one-woman show, Monica performed in French, Italian, and English. Critics praised her vulnerability and strength. The woman, once dismissed as decoration, had become an artist commanding silence with only her words. By her 50s, Monica no longer chased Hollywood. She redefined what stardom meant. In 2022, at the Lumiere Film Festival, she presented Tim Burton with a Lifetime Award. Their connection sparked headlines, and soon after, love. Burton cast her in Beetlejuice 2 as Dolores, a character written specifically for her. Strange, gothic, powerful. It was the kind of role Hollywood once denied her, now given by a director who saw her artistry, not just her beauty. Meanwhile, her daughter, Deva, stepped onto the same runways, modeling for Dolce & Gabbana 3 decades after her mother. The cycle continued, but with a difference. Deva had witnessed Monica's refusal to compromise, her insistence on integrity over easy fame. Today, Monica's legacy is more than magazine covers or film credits. She holds France's highest cultural honors, an Academy membership, and a career spanning 5 languages and 4 decades. She is proof that rejection can be a gift, that you can be crowned the world's most beautiful woman and still fight to be more. Hollywood may have tried to cage her, but Monica built her empire outside the cage. At 60, she walks red carpets with Tim Burton, works on her own terms, and reminds us that some legends are born not by winning Hollywood's game, but by refusing to play it.